It's time for EdTech Mondays, brought to you by MasterCard Foundation and CC Hub.
If not a teacher, who else can we bring on the show to start the conversation? Our panelist today is Abiola Alabi. Abiola Alabi is an Alert Knowledge Service 2022 Global Teacher Award winner, an SDG advocate, and a basic science teacher at Aguda Junior Grammar School, Education District 4 in Lagos State, Nigeria. She's passionate about impacting the world positively through education and strongly believes in the power of digital tools to transform teaching and learning. Abiola is known for her expertise in digital learning and sustainable development. She is an inspiration to her students and colleagues alike. Let's welcome Mrs. Abiola Alabi.
Thank you for having me on the show. I'm glad to be here.
Great. So before I jump into my questions, there's this quote that goes, "A good teacher is like a candle. It consumes itself to light the way for others." I want to know what your experience as a teacher has been. What makes you a good teacher? You have so many awards. What makes you a good teacher? Or what has made you a good teacher?
Thank you so much for that. I can say that my ability to be a teacher I never had to my students actually made me a good teacher. What do I mean? I could remember back then in secondary school, the kind of teachers I had then is just few of them that would inspire you to be a teacher. We dare not move towards the staff room while I was in the secondary school then. If you're called to come into the staff room, you will be free jetting because you don't know what you're going to meet. But as a 21st century teacher, my students are my friends. Like today when I went to buy food, I had a senior student in SS2. I teach in the junior school. After greeting me, putting a hand on my shoulder, I dare not do that to my teacher while I was in school. Apart from that, the way I was taught in school, I can't teach my students presently that way. Because if I'm to do that, my students won't be creative, they won't be innovative, and they won't be able to collaborate. Even if they have to, it will be out of fear. Because I could remember we were taught then out of fear. I don't want to go into my experience with my chemistry teacher, but I would say that what actually made a good teacher is becoming a better teacher, becoming a better person to your students, and empathizing with them to bring out the creativity and the innovative in them.
Thank you. I could feel the passion in that submission. So great, let's take it a notch further. With all the buzz around EdTech, how has EdTech influenced who you are as a teacher? How have digital tools, digital platforms influenced the way you teach and helped you on the path which you're at now with, the awards you have received and recognition you get, nationally?
Okay, thank you for this question. Like, digital platform is helping, and it has helped me because there are a lot of teachers I get to connect with using technology. I see WhatsApp as a digital platform. I see Facebook as a digital platform. I see Instagram. I have a lot of teachers, a lot of students, a lot of people that I've connected with that platform that virtually, and we've not met physically, and we're able to learn from one another. As a public school teacher, I see teachers in the private school doing wonders, the way they get to decorate their classroom using technology. Even if I don't have up to that kind of technology, I'm able to try to adapt due to my environment, due to the public school I'm in. Like, it's unlike some public school. In my own school, each class do have a WhatsApp group, and students that have access to WhatsApp are being added to the WhatsApp group, and information are being passed, unlike before. So technology has helped to be able to pass information to students. And I could remember during the lockdown 2020, we were able to teach our students with the use of WhatsApp And there are times I would send video from YouTube to them. There are times if I'm able to do a video of myself, a recording of myself, I send to them. And as an online tutor too, I get to use Google Meet, and most times I make use of Pinterest too, and there are a lot of AI tools that I make use of in making video, in getting content, and this has made my teaching so interesting that most times when I'm in the class, my student wouldn't want me to leave, and I wouldn't want to leave them too, but because I have to meet up with other things, we'll have to end the class.
So you're one of those teachers that take more than 40 minutes and everybody's saying, oh, auntie, don't go. So good, beautiful. So let's go to the topic for this, the theme for this year's World Teachers' Day celebration. It says the teachers we need for the future we want, the global imperative to reverse teacher shortage. There's the Jackpot syndrome that has gotten into the teaching profession. There are so many publications and advertisements for teachers needed in the West. How can we support teachers to remain on the job?
Okay. For me, I think to support teachers to remain on the job, you have to appreciate them. There's nobody that would not love to be appreciated, no matter how little the effort the teachers are making. Let's appreciate them for their effort. Let's start from the positive aspect, because I know there are some teachers that are not ready to embrace technology, just few. I know of a lot of teachers that are embracing technology and they are inspiring me, they are motivating me to want to do more. But when we come across teachers that are not embracing technology, let's encourage them. First, appreciate them. Everybody loves to be appreciated. Whatever little way they are contributing their effort, after appreciating, like I do to some of my colleagues, then I try to encourage, okay, get used to your WhatsApp. I think from there, we can move to Facebook. From there, I know of a teacher, I was talking to a teacher today and she was like, I only watch what people post on Facebook. I don't post anything on my own page. Even I don't have Instagram page. And I'm like, she's in her late 50s. And I'm like, okay, is there any of your children that have Instagram? Maybe from there you just try to watch and you'll be encouraged to want to do one or two things. And funny enough, she teaches Yoruba. So I was trying to encourage her that way. I'm sure if we have people encouraging teachers to want to embrace, for some people they are afraid because they are not used to it, change is not something that is easy to embrace. So having to encourage them that, okay, with this you'll be able to do this. When you embrace technology, it makes your work easier, and that, I think some teachers will still want to continue and not want to jack back. And then another thing is the salary. If the salary is being looked into and is worth doing the job. I remember when I was in secondary school, if we want to tease each other in the class, the next thing we'll say is you will become a teacher. And what you hear the person say is, God forbid. Like, we'll do like this, God forbid. That's the next thing you will see, God forbid. And in fact, there was a day I sat down, I'm like, God, for all of the God forbid I have done, I am sorry. Because I don't think there's any other thing I would love to do aside being a teacher. If I wasn't teaching, I don't think there's another thing I'll be doing and I'll be enjoying myself. So having to repackage the salary will encourage a lot of people to want to come in, and there are a lot of things that can be done. There are a lot of things that can be done. Giving gifts to teachers, writing a note, as little as writing a note is to a teacher, appreciating the fact that if it is the dressing of the teacher that you appreciate, or the teaching, the creativity, the innovation of the teacher, or how the teacher is able to collaborate, this will want to steer the teacher to want to do more.
So where does continuous professional development come in helping teachers to remain on the job?
Continuous development is something that we cannot overlook. For me as a teacher, if within a month or two I don't have a training or upskill myself, I fall sick. Like I'm like, no. I think I need to. I'm losing. I need to top up. It's always like an opportunity for me to want to do more, because each time I find myself upskilling, I'm like, okay, by the time I get into my classroom, this that is being said, how do I implement it? Even if the person that is talking to me is from a private organization and I being in a public school, how do I incorporate this into my classroom and it makes my students to want to learn more? So having to upskill teacher is something that we cannot overlook and is going to help in reducing the jackpot syndrome, because teachers will be creative, it will bring about innovation, we'll have opportunity to collaborate while on the training and even after the training, because there was even up till now, most times when teachers go out for training, when they come down, there's what we call step down. Whatever you've learned from the training you've gone to, you come into the school to tell other teachers to, so that everybody will be able to implement it and the school will move forward.
Great. It's exciting to see that you also appreciate the place of continuous professional development in improving, teachers' motivation and helping them to remain on the jobs. And when we incorporate digital tools, into this professional development, we are sure that they can get all the motivation they need to remain on the job. So my parting shot to you, Mrs. Abiola, would be, as we celebrate teachers this month, what kind of policy reviews, what type of changes do you want to see from the federal level or from the state level that will influence how teachers can better support their learners, particularly leveraging digital tools and resources?
Okay, thank you for this question. I think the kind of policy I would love to see in place that I feel is going to help both teachers and learner is that the curriculum should be reviewed. I could remember teaching a student in Houston, and the student has resumed in school for close to 4 or 5 weeks now, and the student is still exploring different aspects of a particular topic, different aspects of electrical energy, in terms of when you're riding a bicycle, in terms of electrical poles and what have you. I would want that to be implemented in our curriculum, unlike week 1 revision, week 2 chemical energy, week 3 we're having balanced diet or something. I would want our curriculum to be reviewed in such a way that is going to give room to better understanding, hands-on activity, fun way of learning, and it allows students to be able to collaborate. I'm sure if this policy is put in place and then the package for teachers, the salary, which I still think I need to go back to, teachers will be encouraged to want to do more.
Great. Thank you so much, Abiola. And to you, our listeners, how can we support teachers to remain on the job? What kind of incentives, motivation, or policies can be created or redefined to ensure that teachers get all the support they need to remain on the job? You can send us an SMS or a WhatsApp message on 0703 165 0809. You could also join our Telegram or WhatsApp channels on EdTech Mondays Nigeria to join the conversation offline. It's been another amazing time on this episode of the EdTech Mondays Nigeria show. I remain your host, Chinyelu Akpa. I look forward to another insightful conversation next Monday, same time, same station. Till then, it's bye for now.
EdTech Monday is proudly brought to you by MasterCard Foundation and CC Hub.